Last year, the bow hunting experience we had here, I'd never seen anything like it. It'd be hard to top ever in our lifetimes. So we can't wait to get back. And this year we got a surprise for Louie.
I was excited to get back to Lindenhof and get to our normal camp that we'd been to last year, try to get something with my bow.
Growing up ranching is a simple life. It taught me values crucial to carrying on our heritage. Living off the land and taking care of the animals on it was part of life. From the mountains in Montana, the deer stands in Texas, to the plains of Africa, I have been blessed to go on these great adventures. This is where we practice conservation. Hunting and fishing plays a major part in this effort. Being out here with my family, my friends, is what makes memories that will carry me through my lifetime. I'm just a simple blue-collar guy with a passion for the outdoors, and I want to bring that to you.
We're headed back to Lindenhof. We're gonna go back and bow hunt. That was part of the plan. Go bow hunt for a week after we get a buffalo. Jeff and Jody are already there. They caught the last flight out. So we jump in the rig. Just 13 hours. We're just gonna drive across the country, go bow hunting at Lindenhof, and it's worth it. Last year I probably had one of the most amazing weeks with my bow I've ever had here. And our PH, who is a great friend of ours now, Louie, saw our new Matthews, saw our new Spot Hogs, and got his bow, wanted to shoot with us. And he had a great bow, it's just a little outdated. So we let him shoot some of our stuff, and you could just see that fire that he wanted to shoot. We actually took him out on a great hunt, and he got to shoot some with his bow. And we talked to Matthews this year, and we told him about Louie and this PH in Africa. And one thing I love to do is pass on my enjoyment of archery. So Matthews sent us a Halon 32, just like mine. And we got it all set up. We've got the new Spot Hog sight on here for him. So Louie just stepped up a lot with his bow, and he doesn't know it right now. We're gonna go out and do a bow shooting segment, get our bows dialed in after the long flight. And we're gonna give this bow to Louie. And I hope he's excited. I can't wait for him to have it. And a guy like that that loves it needs to be shooting the best bow there is, Matthews. It's perfect groove. Let that bow settle back so that string touches you on the tip of the nose. That way you know you have the same anchor point. And in this hand, your drawback. Try and
put it in a...
Yeah, kind of get a sore spot right there, because you're gonna shoot this enough.
Like this?
Yeah, just so you know it's in the same spot every time. Dang, dude, that's a group. You like that color?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good, because that's your bow.
Um,
No, Matthews and I talked, and I said, this guy's got to have a good bow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, unless you don't want it.
Buddy, thanks.
Yeah, man. I saw how excited you got last year, and we worked on it. Spot Hog wanted you to have the best sight. This is their new grinder.
Yes.
The reason we got you that one is that one's like bomb-proof.
I don't know if I have to cry now or what.
No, man, I wanted you to have one.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, bro, enjoy
That's
it.
an awesome gift.
Yeah, sure.
Now I can start hunting bow again.
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow it until I leave.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
You can use it.
Well, then these arrows, they're a little bit smaller diameter, and they got a stiff shaft. We'll shoot those two for the arrows. You're gonna love it.
It's awesome. 40 yards.
40 yards, here we go. Third pin. Nailed it. You're hitting the same spot every time, that's perfect.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by
Glacier, simply the world's finest. Wicked Tree Gear. Tecamati.
Huskama Optics, stealth cameras, FLIR hunting and outdoors, KUIU ultralight hunting.
Been blessed enough to be to Africa. This is my third trip. So it's time for Crystal to go to the bow blind. I'm her cameraman now. We go to the blind, and it's a little different than it was last year, but it's still amazing. Had a lot of rain this year, so there's tons of natural water holes. There's a lot of feed. So to catch an animal in Africa, you've got to sit over water or spot and stock. And we go out and we attempt to spot and stock on a blessed buck. She gets so close. So it's time to head to the blind and set it out, see if we can catch him.
Try to get something with my bow. I was totally after a kudu or a blue wildebeest, but as we all know, you can't go somewhere and just plan on having that much luck with the one animal that you want to come into the water hole. We called this blind the owl blind because there was an owl nest in there, and everybody that knows me knows that I do not like owls. And the way the wind wasn't working with us either. And every day we had to sit in the owl blind because the wind was the best for that specific blind. And I wasn't very happy about it. Like, you want to shoot a blessed buck? And at that point, I was just ready to get whatever I could get. Well, my heart is racing. I start getting really excited knowing that now I'm going to try to take a shot at something. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to think of all my steps in my head. I could tell he was just getting ready to move, so I just squeezed it off and took off running. He blew right through the wildebeests. The whole herd of wildebeest, he just ran right through them. And then he darted left. I tried to watch him, he went off in the brush.
Good job,
Sorry,
guys.
I have a real guide right here. Just joking. She was like, it's a good shot. It still felt a little bit high, but it looked like a good shot in the lungs. So we just gave him some time. We just sat there and gave him some time. A little bit of blood. We start following his tracks. Simone tries to follow him, but then the wildebeest tracks like totally covered up his tracks. So the wildebeest had run right over the top of his trail. We couldn't find any tracks forever. And it was so hot out, and Simone looked and looked and looked. Finally, after it seemed like eternity, he picked up where he broke off of the herd.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Carbon Express, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, Cinnamon Creek Ranch Ultimate Archery, Newmont Mining Corporation, demonstrating leadership and safety and stewardship of the environment. Nature Blinds, the most realistic hunting blinds on the planet. Spot Hog, the world's toughest archery products.
Walking.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's dead.
Yay!
Oh,
Finally,
we found him.
Simone.
Oh, it's good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Check your arrow. Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Thank you, Simone.
Yeah. Nice one.
After I got him and got up to him, it was so awesome just to have the experience, to get something that a lot of people never get to hunt, and I was so excited to finally get him. Just nothing has been coming into bow range. So I just feel really blessed to get this buck. It's been just overwhelming and emotional. And I just wasn't sure it was gonna pull through. And we just had to have a lot of patience, and my nerves are just shot. I'm still shaking. But these are tough animals. I shot him just a little bit high, but I lunged him and we had to track him for a ways. DC and Simone, they're awesome trackers. I have never seen anybody track as good as he's tracked. I mean, he could find a speck of blood in a million tracks, and I'm really impressed, and I feel very blessed. And Jay was super supportive through the whole thing. I was just having a meltdown before I was ready to get him. They just weren't presenting a shot, and he kept talking me through it, and it came through. I was so excited to finally get something with my bow. I love my Matthews bow. I've been practicing for months, prepping for this trip, and for everything to follow through and everything to go just right. I just felt so blessed and was so excited, especially to come back here and hunt with Louie and Jay and Simone. It's just so surreal. It's just awesome to be here.
It's my turn, and I'm sitting there in the blind, and the last thing I want to see is a kudu, and here comes a kudu bull, and I'm just like, oh no, there's no way to change once we start. But thankfully he's not big enough. But right after he shows up, here comes a bunch of oryx, and I've never taken an oryx with my bow, and here's my chance. Sitting there, I'm locked in, I've got the GoPro running, 22 minutes go by. My arrow is shaking, they keep switching spots, I'm about to shoot a nice bull and a bigger bull comes in, and then finally I get a chance at a broadside shot.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good. Vortex Optics, the force of optics.
I've been shooting the tooth of the arrow over here for the last 2 years, and they just prove themselves again and again. I have a total pass-through on this oryx, and this thing's huge and tough. Thank you guys. Thank you, Crystal. Feeling really. This is my friend now. We've been friends since last year, but gosh, we needed that. It's been a tough week. You know, Simone tells me these are one of the toughest animals over here, and we're on good blood, and Simone, as always, takes me right to him.
Well,
You.
Coming back to Namibia with my bow has just been something I've been thinking about since I left here. And these gemsbuck are kind of the signature of Namibia. And I've never been able to harvest one with my bow. And just to come out here and see them and have a chance, it's unbelievable. You know, we struggled a little this week. We had what real hunters have. It's hunting. We had a full moon and the conditions were different, and so we had to take good opportunities, and I'm so fortunate for such a beautiful bull to come in. It's the end of the trip. I've wanted one of these since I've been hunting Africa. I'm blessed beyond belief, and to be here in Namibia, you have to see it. You have to get here. It's a special place here in Africa, and it's all about the hunt and the relationships and the memories that you leave here with. And I'm leaving with some amazing memories.
Like I said, you know, if you have the best equipment, it's always a breeze, you know, because hunting these African game is not easy.
This was a really special trip to have with friends and to team up with another TV show, Best of the West, and have Terrence there and his ability. We just became a family, and at the end of the day, we have to remember that we're all on the same team. Doesn't matter if you're Blue Collar Adventures, Best of the West, or any other TV show out there. You know, our goal is to promote conservation, promote hunting, and promote what we love. And this show just is a great example of how it all works together. new friendships, several people working together for what we love, and that's what we need to do more of.
But it was a fun trip. It was something totally different, and that's what makes it so nice. Not every trip is the same, but it always has that excitement in it and challenges you have to work around.
I want to say thank you very much, Jay and Mom Krista. Thank you for your hunting. Thank you for support. Thank you for everything. Please come back again.
I'll be back. We're friends.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
This is a good friend of mine. We're going to be friends for life.
Yes, sir.
I may try and get you in my bag and take you home. You want to go home with us?
Yes, sir.
That's, I think, the awesome thing about hunting. You build these relationships and friendships, and it's never dies. It's just always, it's like when you meet up, it's just like you've seen each other a week ago, and you can't wait. You miss these guys, you want to hunt with them again and have fun and laugh, and that's what it's about. You have to have fun, and that's the great thing about hunting. If you're not having fun, why bother doing it?